So today I'm going to clean out the engine bay on this old truck, get it all cleaned up and prepared for the engine. And I'm also going to prepare the engine for the turbocharger. Next, we'll put the clutch on this engine, mount the transmission, set it in the truck just to see what it looks like. And I don't know about this piece. I don't think it's factory. Look at this. Check this out. That's nice. Somebody spent a lot of time whittling this little piece out to stuff in that hole right there. I guess so that they could rust the floorboards out. I'm not sure. I guess water dripped out of there from the air conditioning. They wanted to stop the water leak, but they didn't stop it. It ran in the truck. So I got the valve cover off of this one, and guys, it's real clean inside. It looks a lot better than our other one. No rust at all, you know, on the cams or anything like that. And the inside of the engine's real clean looking, looks in good shape. So the reason I'm taking it apart now is because I got to install friction discs in between this gear and the cam on both of these. And the reason I'm doing that is because we're going to make it into a 6-speed manual transmission, and when you do that with the turbo, these will spin. These gears will spin on the cam, and it'll be out of time and make a mess, bend valves and everything else. I was hoping I could just take the valve cover off and get the gears off, but it's not going to work out that way. I got to take the whole timing cover off the front of it. I'm not going to show that because I showed it in a previous video when I worked on the engine. So let me just get it apart, and we'll go from there. So here it is, guys. This is a little washer that keeps this gear from slipping on the camshaft. This is a brand new bolt. I cleaned and dried all this surface up and also the cam surface. And the crankshaft already had these on them, but I'm replacing them with new ones. Honestly, I don't know if it's necessary or not, but that's what I'm doing. It's got one in the back, one here in the front of the pulley.
Bang, ping bang, bing bang, wang, bang, boom, bang, pow, bing bang, 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 bong, bong, ching bong, ping pong, boom, ping pong, bang, boom, bang, bang, bing bong, bang, ching chang, chang, wang, ching chang, bang, bang, boom.
A little FYI, this one bolt right here is longer than the rest of them, and it fits right here, right above the crankshaft. Last step, the harmonic balancer, and you need to put a new bolt because it's torque to yield, and there's a hole here. Pay attention to that. There's a hole here, and we'll line that up after we slip this on. Just take a 6mm bolt, cram it in here. Make sure your cams are timed right and your crank's timed right with that tool. I usually just zip it on here a little bit. Just enough to hold it. Now's a good time before you go any further to check everything out. So take all the alignment tools off of this thing, spin it around, put it back up on top dead center, and make sure everything lines up with the tools installed again. Holy moly. So now it should be done, but you need to go back and check it and recheck it and check it one more time. Then you're done. Put your valve cover on. One thing I'd do different about torquing this nut down on the harmonic balancer is I'd take this square like this and I'd put it right there in the middle of the bolt, and I'd put 2 marks here like that on your pulley, and then I would take a socket with a hole in it like that, line it up right here to this one, and then crank it down with the impact, tat, 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 till that hole lined up with that mark right there. That's 90 degrees, and you're done. Some people wouldn't use an impact on a crankshaft like that, but I would. Little lunch break, then we'll throw that clutch on. So now that my guts are stuffed full of pork shoulder, I'm gonna eat these delicious little cookies my sweet wife made me. And I selected 4 of them. Look, I'll give you, see that? Oh yeah, cookie. Whoa. I love these cookies. They're like peanut butter with a little chocolate in the middle. Our flywheel fits good. I put a little Loctite on the threads here. This pilot bearing has a little seal on it. That seal will come out this way towards you. Flat side of the clutch always goes to the flywheel like that, like so. And I had to run and get some bolts. The clutch kit's for a Miata, in case you're wondering. 2012 or 6 or whatever it is the transmission was. No problems mounting the transmission up. All the bolts on the front wheel drive car worked for this bell housing on this rear wheel drive. The only thing is one bolt I couldn't put in because there's not a hole for it on the engine. And it's right there. You probably can't see it. Just believe me, there's one bolt hole there. The engine doesn't have a hole, but the transmission does. But it doesn't concern me. There's plenty of bolts. But that's what you might run into if you do this job. And an issue I did run into is this turbo is on backwards. And that most likely is because this intake manifold is for a Ford Focus, I think, something like that, or a Fusion. Anyways, a front wheel drive vehicle. So it's backwards. This needs to be in the back, that needs to be in the front, and I'll show you what I think I'm going to do with that. So my plan to correct this issue, this needs to be in the front like I said. I'm just going to flip this around. And so the only reason it won't fit is because of this valve cover. But my plan is to make an adapter here to basically kick it at an angle like that, where it clears the valve cover and it's facing the right direction. And all I'll have to do is make an adapter right here. I don't think it'll be a big issue. So I've got the engine and transmission just dropped in there to see what it looked like. And it looks like we've got a lot of work ahead of us. Everything fits really tight in there. There's going to be major issues fitting stuff here and there, even though the engine is not, positioned exactly right now. I can see it's going to be tight. One of the first issues I'm going to have to deal with is that oil filter right there. It's just right on the cross member, causing the engine to be tilted. I don't know if I can relocate it or what I'm going to have to do with that. But that'll be one of the first things I need to address. Things are going to start getting complicated now, and the main reason is because I'm wanting to leave that evaporator box on there with the heater core and evaporator in it, because I want to hook all that back up. If it weren't for that, this thing would probably fit in there really easy. But I want to keep it as original as possible, except for the engine transmission. If you haven't seen part 1, I'll leave a link in the description below. Check out my Instagram to keep updated on this old truck. Also, I've been doing body repairs to this truck. They'll also be in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.